Good morning. I mean, afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Let me share to my group. Okay. I just had to meditate this this morning because things can be challenging at times. Things can definitely be challenging, and I put my meditation music on. Um, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I am a Christian. I am a believer of Christ. And that's what gets me through my day-to-day tasks. Staying in the Word and listen to songs that will strengthen my inner man, which is my spirit. So today is definitely one of those days with meditation and prayer. I had to definitely go in because when you have a big mantle as mine, all type of things try to come against me to try to deter me or try to get me to a place where I don't want to be in. In order to get yourself, well, first you have to know have the right type of tools and the right type of things to actually get yourself out of that place. So some of the things that I do before I get started, because I was going to change my mind and wasn't going to come on, but I need to continue to be consistent and want to continue to the people that's follow me on Periscope, I definitely thank you. The people that's follow me on Facebook and the Winner Circle, thank you. But I was going to change my mind and say I wasn't coming on. I was just going to send a message and just say forget it. But y'all said, you know what, I'm just going to go. I'm just going to go and continue to go. So you probably hear my my worship music, because I am a worshiper. I love to worship. So those who think they know me, I think they really don't know me unless they had an experience with worshiping or an experience with me in any type of church setting. So this is my this is me. This is definitely me. And I'm definitely in an uncomfortable place right now. I'm just going to tell you guys that right now. I'm in an uncomfortable place because I'm building an empire, which is a big empire. And I know I don't tell a lot of people, some of the things I'm doing until it's actually birthed. For those that's on Periscope, you may not know that I actually just launched a 21 step process so people can so people can actually write books. So yeah, and that's not the only thing that I do. I have propositions for people so I can ghostwrite for them, ghostwrite books. Periscope, if this is your first time joining me, even if it's your first time joining me on Facebook, I just want to tell you guys, I am the author of several books. Yeah, y'all hear my music? I love it. I really love it. I really love it. I love to worship. I love to worship the Lord. I do. That's my comfortable place. That's my place of peace. That bring peace. I can definitely know how to tap into the heavens and switch my mindset, the way I'm thinking and the way I'm feeling about a certain things. And so the books that I have, is The Adventures of Zechariah and the Talking Money Machine. Actually, I have them right here. This is the first book that I wrote. The Adventures of Zechariah and the Talking Money Machine. That's my name, Delia Williams. And that is me and my children on the back. And that is a children's book. And the adult book this is the first adult book that I wrote, Stocks, Tips, and Stock Market Dips. And that's what the back look like. And I also have 2 other books that will be available soon. It's been a delay in them as well. The one is Investing in the Stock Market for Broke Folks. Investing in the Stock Market for Broke Folks, as well as Making Sense Out of Nonsense, which is a series to teach teenagers about financial literacy. So the first one is Budget and Savings. And the second book that will be launched that I introduced to the public, I think it was last week, was Understanding the Stock Market for Teens. So that is a 5-book series for teenagers 13 through 18 years old. So those are some of the books. And what I mentioned, that Periscope, what you have not seen is, the invitation that I sent out to the class. If anyone wants to take a course that would teach them the 21 steps to self-publish their own book, I go through the process with them, either via online or in person. So I do send the attachments to the person after they purchase the course, and we schedule a time so I can meet with them by Zoom or web conference. And with that, I just go over the 21 steps process, and I just give them the ability to ask them several questions after, just to help them if they want to self-publish their book. And that's what I introduced to Facebook. That Periscope, you wasn't able to see that because it was actually just a flyer that I released to the public. But if you, the books that I did mention, if you're interested in purchasing a book, these, The Adventures of Zachariah and the Talking Money Machine, which is a children's book, is for elementary students, age group from 6 to 10 years old, elementary school, elementary students. The Stocks, Tips, and Stock Market Dips book is for adults 18 and up. The Investing in Stock Market for Broke Folks is for adults, of course. And pretty catchy title, but that should be available very soon, which I had a delay on it, but it's all good. It's all good because it's all God. So I'm just really learning. A delay is never a denial. A delay is never a denial. And I just don't want to look like I'm a liar to the people that's following me and the people that's watching me about the release dates of some of the books and stuff like that. They are just delayed just a little bit, but these 2 are ready to go. They're all ready to go on Amazon.com. So the things that I'm going to be mention on today. Well, first of all, my name is Delia. My name is Delia Williams, and I am the owner of D&T Investment and Consulting LLC, where I teach individuals how to invest in the stock market. I teach you how to invest in the stock market. And what I do is similar to what the 21 steps process to self-publish is a similar process, but it's not 21 steps. In the course itself, I have a mini course, and I also have a full investing in stocks course. And in that course, you receive the steps that will help you to understand in the stock market, so that you will be able to understand the ins and outs of how to successfully analyze a stock, so that you may be able to either understand your portfolio that you have at your employer account, if you have a 401k or any type of retirement plans with your current employer. So you'll be able to understand some of the stocks that's in that portfolio. And I don't advise people on their portfolios. That's not my job to do that. I just teach you how to understand stocks. My specialty is stocks, not to take your portfolio and manage it. I'm not a portfolio manager. That's not what I do. Okay, so let's jump right into this. I'm going to be talking about sector investing. So sector investing, you have several different type of sectors when you're thinking about investing in the stock market. They are around 11 sectors. And some of my favorite sectors is the technology sector, as well as, Google, which is not, Google is not the company that you actually will invest in. That's just the company that you actually see. So the company that Google is under is a different company, but it's not Google. It's not Google. So that's the technology sector is one of my favorite sectors. But let me tell you what a sector is. A sector is a group of stocks within a certain industry. So you have, if I'm saying that you have 11 sectors, you may say one of my favorites is technology. You also may have financial and the healthcare sector. You have all different type of sectors, which I will not go into all of them today, but I will touch base. I will touch on two of the sectors, which is the two that I want to talk to you and provide the tips about is the financial sector as well as the healthcare sector. Those two. So the financial sector, let's talk about that one. This sector is anything which falls under the financial umbrella. So anything that falls under the financial umbrella will be under the financial sector. So you may have your banks, you may have your insurance companies, you may also have your brokerage firms. These companies or these individual companies falls under the financial sector. So if you heard of something or someone saying I invest in the financial industry sector, they meaning a group of companies that fall under finances, basically. Let's just make it simple. Okay, so you may have Bank of America that's under that sector. You may have Wells Fargo. You may also have what is that big financial group? I can't remember the name of the group, but whatever, any insurance companies, any brokerage firms, any banks, some of them fall under the financial sector. You also will have mutual funds, exchange traded funds, and industry target funds within the financial sector. So maybe you're not sure about, okay, I don't really want to invest in Bank of America, or I really don't want to invest in Wells Fargo. You may have a group of financial companies that you can actually purchase a mutual fund, or you can purchase an exchange traded fund within the financial sector. So the other sector that I said I want to touch bases with you on is the healthcare sector. And any of these companies fall up under, your hospitals, your pharmaceutical companies. You have your drug manufacturer companies, pharmaceutical companies, same thing. So think about, when you're thinking about healthcare and healthcare stocks, you have to think about biotechnology. Also think about the healthcare equipment. Also think about the healthcare provider and the services that they provide. All of them falls up under the healthcare umbrella. So if you are considering to invest in a healthcare stock or in the healthcare sector, which will be a group of stocks that's listed in the healthcare sector. So you have to take in consideration that you have the healthcare portfolios, you have the pharmaceutical portfolios, and you have the different health index. Remember, I don't know if you guys on Periscope have saw it before, but I gave a brief description about different indexes, and indexes is a group of stocks. It's just simple. I'm just trying to keep it simple. And it's just a group of companies in one fund, a group in one. So you may have it's all different type of indexes out there. And some of the well-known ones that you may have heard about is What are they? My goodness, my mind is like totally somewhere else. I do apologize. Whew. I do apologize today. But I want to have this information for you. Oh yeah. It's the S&P 500. I'm sorry. It's the S&P 500 and the Dow Jones. Sorry. Those are two well-known indexes. And for those who didn't get my teaching earlier, you know, the Dow Jones consists of 30 companies. And the S&P 500 consists of 500 companies. And they are well-known indexes that measure the performance of the overall market. So you have these top companies that is measuring the overall performance of the market. So within the healthcare sector that I mentioned, you have these different portfolios that people actually can purchase of these different health indexes that you can purchase if you are a sector investor. So you have to know, you know, where your risk lies, and if you prefer to invest as sector investor or individual stock investor, or if you want to become a trader, you know, that's day trading, option trading, and so on and so on. It's all different type of ways you can go in and out when you're thinking about investing in the stock market. And a lot of people tend to invest in healthcare companies because people are always going to need medicine. People are always going to need some type of health care or some type of medical equipment. Just think about the population as a whole overall in the world, not just the United States, because you can invest in companies that's not even in the United States. I'm an international investor, and you can be one as well. But you have to think about the companies that you are willing to or would like to even invest in, and just find out a little bit more about the company. Yes, I know a lot of people that do that as well. That's pretty cool. But those are the two sectors for the if you are thinking about investing in the stock market, remember, you have to think about how you want to go about investing in the stock market. Whether you want to do individual stocks. I am an individual stock investor. I just chose the way I want to move. So just because I'm doing it, you always have to remember, you have to know when you want to get in the market and when you want to get out the market. You also want to take in consideration, do you want to even invest in sector investing? Because that may not be for you. It may not be for you. And always know there are always risks, and there's always some type of, without risk, there's no reward. Remember that. Without risk, no reward. And always take into consideration that that even the companies that I mentioned, you know, within the bank sector, which in the financial sector, when I mentioned banks, which is Bank of America and Wells Fargo, you always have to take into consideration, just because I mentioned those things, this is for education and training purposes. Is not for you to actually say, okay, Delia said Bank of America or Delia said Wells Fargo. Let me try to go invest in those companies. If you did not do your proper research and your proper analysis of that stock, you have a potential to lose money. Just like you got a potential to earn money, you also have a potential to lose money as well. So always make sure that you're looking at the financial reports. I did have a class which I offer stock analysis and teach you how to read the different charts. Where is it? I can give you not this one, because I'm just like busy doing stuff all the time. Oh yeah, the price patterns and the techno indicators and all those things like that. So I was just giving information and just combining all that stuff into one class. So always remember this before I get off. Stock market investing is one slice of the puzzle. One slice of the pie is one slice of a way you can generate to get wealth, among many others. So and stock market investing is not for everyone, but it is available if you want to learn how to invest in the stock market. If you need to contact me on my website, which is www.dtinvestmentglobal.com, www.dtinvestmentglobal.com, and I will talk with you later.